welcome to another Guide 2 with me, MrSealyp. The Bales AUTOLOAD pack. This has been long awaited on console. It's been on PC for quite a while. Various different trailers that can auto-load. This is different from the auto stack versions which are in game. And this pack is by LS-Modcompany, Slowtide 63. It's different because the auto stacks are ones that kind of exist in real life. The auto load are trailers which, when you drive past, auto load. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. And there's a few different things in this pack. We've got a couple of trailers, we've got some grabs, and there's a very interesting one over here which we'll have a look at later on. I have got some other machinery set up for another Guide 2, so don't worry about that at the moment. And I have got pre-prepared a load of bales. We're going to need those. So first things first, we'll have a look in the store. If we go across to baling, this equipment is scattered around in various different places, so I'll show you mainly where it all is. The auto stack ones, the ones that are in game already, the Ursus T127, and we've got the Arcusin FSX 6372. That's the square bale one, that's the round bale one, which are standard in game, and they auto stack various different things. And then we've got the Flegel DPW 180, which is the bale trailer. We've got a combination of the two now from LS-Modcompany Slowtide 63. And here we are. Bales AUTOLOAD. We have an AUTOLOAD round bale trailer and an AUTOLOAD square bale trailer, both for 12,000. Obviously, one does round bales, one does square bales. It depends which you would rather do. I think, I could be wrong on this, I think you can get more round bales on than you can square bales. I think. I'll just go across. I don't think there's anything else in this pack. No, there isn't. For in this particular section, but anyway, they're 12,000. If I click on one, you can have it as auto load or as a standard trailer. It's up to you. It's the same price as a standard Flegel anyway, so you could get this instead if you wanted to, although I don't know why you'd want to, because if you can do auto load, you're going to do auto load, I would have thought. And actually, I've just realised, coming back out, that says round bales 30. There we go, yeah, and square bales 24. So realistically, I've always been a bit, not anti-round bales, because I do round bales, but they're fiddly to load. They can be a bit of a pain, because you've now got various different bits of machinery that can stack stacks of square bales in 3s and 4s and that kind of thing. I've always gone more for square bales. However, because this can now auto load, and the bales round or square are both 4,000 litres, if you can get 30 round bales on the trailer, it's almost better now doing round bales. Interesting thought. It's only just occurred to me. So anyway, there you go. They're the two bale trailers that are available. If we come out of here and we go to, I'm trying to think next what we'll look at. If we go to telehandlers and we scroll across equipment telehandlers to the Raptor bale grab, we've got a Bales AUTOLOAD grab, which again you can have it auto load or standard. Again, if you want standard, you'll buy a standard one, wouldn't you? Just the standard Magsy one. But this is an auto load bale grab. That's for telehandlers. If we go into the front loader section, we have got the same thing. We have got an auto load bale grab in the stole equipment as well. Same options available. You can change the colour of it. You can have auto load or you can have standard. Again, you'd get the auto load. Otherwise, you'd just buy a standard one, I would think. Anyway, so those are the options for those. But what there is also, this is a peculiar one. In forestry equipment, we have got, if we scroll across, the Stepper FHL 13AK log trailer. If I scroll a bit further across, we've now got a Bales AUTOLOAD Stepper trailer. It's the same price. It does round or square, and you can have it as a wood configuration or the auto load for bales. I've got it in the auto load for bales section, and I'll be honest with you, I have had a bit of a play with it. I can't get on with it. I'll explain why in a little bit, but I'll show you it anyway. So to start off with, we're going to have a quick look at the auto load bale grab. This is the front loader version. The wheel loader version is exactly the same. I've left the bar open on the left hand side top corner, just so you can see. Let's open that out. So at the moment, if I go L1 on the PlayStation controller and press square, it puts it into its operating position. So if I press that, nothing visible happens, but when I then approach a bale, square or round, and get close enough to it, it auto sticks it into the bale grab. Doesn't close the bale grab at all, it just automatically picks it up, and there it is. You've got hold of it. I know purists out there will hate it. If you're going to do baling and you're going to load your bales one at a time, do them properly. And yeah, there's some element to that which is, you know, fair enough. Some people just can't get on with it. Some people don't like it, and you know, if this is an easier way of doing it, then go for it. So when I get to my trailer, if I just come over the trailer like that, L1 again, I can do unload bales, triangle, press it again, and it will drop the bale down. Okay, that's the square bales. The beauty of this is it will do both. So again, if I now put it into operating position again, triangle, and go over to a round bale, it should, he says, pick up the bale automatically. No fuss, no messing about, no aggro, no rolling around, no nonsense. And then when I get to my bale trailer, I can put it onto the bale trailer, same thing again, press triangle again, and it will drop the bale. So that's the wrapped bale grab auto load function. Same on the wheel loader, it's identical, but that actually does make life a lot easier. Again, if you want to really, you know, you want to be realistic and that kind of thing, you're going to go with the standard one and you're going to do it properly. I totally get that, but this is going to make life a lot easier. So that's that part. Now we look at the trailers. The one over this side is the square bale one, the one over this side is the round bale one. So I'm going to look at the square bale one first and jump into the tractor, turn the engine on. Now, if I do L1 again this time, on this, if I press square, it puts it in the operating position. Watch what happens to the bale. It auto stacks it into position. So once I've plonked some on there, if I want to do it using the bale grab, as soon as I press operating position, it will put them into a stacked position. So all I've got to do now, in theory, is drive along past all these bales and it will pick them up automatically. An auto stack. Well, an auto load, sorry. And there we go. And I can carry on along, going past all my bales, and it will auto load them. We've been hoping for one of these for a while on console, and it is here. The only downside from my perspective is I'm not a fan of the front A-frame trailers, the ones that have got a swivel axle at the front. I find them incredibly hard to reverse, although the advice I was given a while back was to turn your tractor around, hook it up with the front 3-point linkage, and it is far easier. And actually I've tried it and it is. So if I carry on along picking up these bales as I go, it will auto load them. Get some more on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it does 3 high, I think. It doesn't go more than 3 high. Take my time. There we go. So it goes a 3rd level up. I'll pick up the last couple I've got just to show that I've got them. And that's the auto load. So there we go, we've got our bales, we're all very happy, loaded up, no problem at all. But the beauty of these trailers is we can also auto unload. Now I'm pretty sure on the PC versions you can kind of click and it shows you a rectangle on the ground of where it's going to place them, and it can go left, right or behind, I think. On the PlayStation, and I assume it's the same on consoles, what will happen now is if I press L1 and then my right joystick control column, I can now put it into, where's that working? Unload bales, there we go, triangle. So if I press triangle to unload bales, I can now, with my control stick, my joystick, the right hand one, I can move those bales around to the left and the right, wherever I want them, and put them down wherever I want to unload them. That's actually quite handy. I can't put them behind as far as I'm aware. I have tried and it can't use, there's no direction I can push this where it will go in that direction. If I press L1 and R1, I don't get any options. If I press R1, it gives me a second set of options, and that's to reload them. If I want to put them back on, if I decide I'm in the wrong position, I'm not happy with that, if I do R1 and move my right joystick, it automatically puts them back onto the trailer. I can move them back, put them on, drive off and go somewhere else because I'm not happy about where I was going to put them. That's no problem at all. If I then decide I want to unload them here, I stop again, and with my joystick, left one and joystick, unload them wherever I want them, drop them down to the ground. If I press unload bales here, unloaded, I drive away, and that's it. Bales unloaded automatically. No hassle, no fuss, all sorted. So as you can imagine, the round bales are absolutely identical, but I will show you anyway. Give me a second. So I have my round bale trailer, exactly the same. If I do L1 and I press operating position with square, it will automatically stack the bale I already put on there. If I now drive forwards, it should automatically load my bales on, hopefully, like so, and I can carry on all the way along, collecting my bales up as I go, left and right, stacking them up. They're not rolling anywhere, I'm not having any dramas, I'm not making a mess of it like I normally do. It's all very tidy, very civilised, and it works incredibly well. Like I say, difference between the two, you can get 24 square bales on the trailer, you can get 30 round bales on. Unfortunately, I didn't realise it did that many initially. I haven't got that many bales prepared, but that's not too much of a worry, as long as I get at least one row. This does 2 stacks, I believe. It does not do 3, but then it doesn't need to. I can do exactly the same thing with unloading, so when I come to unload, I just stop wherever I want to go. If I press L1, unload bales, I can now move them wherever I want to, either side, up, down, left, right, etc. Drop my bales down, like so. If I press unload bales, now the only downside with round bales, they roll. So if you're going to put them somewhere, you need to make sure that they're on a flat surface, because as you can see there, they're disappearing. What I do like as well though is that because you can lift it quite high off the trailer, you can stack them onto a higher place next to you, or you know, maybe up in a barn space or something. I don't know if you'd get away with that. What I am going to try and do now that they're all there, I don't know if I'll get away with loading them all up again. No, I don't think so. Operating position. Oh yes, okay, that worked very, very well. I'm going to try the same thing again. Hang on a minute. With the square bales, if I now do the same thing, let's see if it will work this way. So if I've got my stack and I really do decide, you know what, I put it in the wrong place, that was a bit of a mistake, I come up alongside now, and hopefully if I press operating position, fully loaded and ready to roll. That's not bad at all. Anyway, that's about it. However, there's that one last piece of equipment. I will show you it, however, I'm not a fan of it. And that's my own personal opinion, only because I can't I can't get to grips with it. These are auto loaders, auto unloaders, and they work brilliantly. As you've just seen, they make life so much easier. However, the stepper trailer, the bale trailer, it's an interesting looking piece of equipment. As you can see, it's taken the stepper trailer, but rather than the log sides, you've got these rails. I'll move it forward a little bit so we can see a bit easier. It's got these rails on it. I actually want to be in the tractor, that would help. It's got rails. Now the only downside to this is it's not an auto load, because you have to get onto the trailer to operate it, which is fine, and it's got all the kind of usual crane controls, but it's a little bit, for some reason, I don't know, it's a little bit glitchy. And I found that I picked up some round bales, but when I put them onto here thinking they would automatically load, they didn't. It automatically picked them up in the crane, but I couldn't automatically put them in. It just seems very fiddly for an auto load system. I don't know, that's just me. Maybe I'm doing something horrendously wrong. It's a cool looking bit of kit, and it looks really nice with the rails, and but it's not even a cheaper option. It's 54,000 for that, whereas these trailers are 12,000. And then at the end of the day, really, you can auto load as is. You don't need anything else. If you wanted a kind of semi-realism, you could get yourself a front loader and forks. Still works out cheaper than 54,000 on the stepper trailer. So I don't know. I haven't tried the wood option. Now I don't know whether or not, because it's an auto loader, this is supposed to be auto bale loading, whether this trailer in the wood configuration auto loads. I haven't tried that, but I am looking mainly in this particular guide to at bales, and that's what we've done. And I have to say, I really like this. I know when I do my Let's Plays, I try to be realistic. I've spent a lot of different Let's Plays manually stacking bales, trying my hardest to do them. I prefer doing square bales to round because I'm just better at it with the Kotec forks, with claws. That makes life so much easier now. I kind of, if you watch my West Coast episode recently where I loaded round bales, it wasn't pretty. This works. Like I say, unloading these though, you really do need a flat surface, or they're going to roll. Or at least if it's not on a flat surface, something as a barrier to stop them rolling away. But both very good mods. The bale grab, very good. This, it looks great, and I could be doing something horribly wrong and doing it a disservice. I just can't get to grips with it. And the fact you've got to keep stopping, get out of the tractor, get onto that, load the bales on, then move on, it kind of negates the auto loadness of it, if that makes sense. But there you go. That's it from me. Auto load, bale auto load pack from LS-Modcompany and Slowtide 63. Another cracking job and a cracking mod pack from them. Works brilliantly. Like it a lot. I know a lot of people have been waiting for it. If you've liked this guide too, you found it useful, helpful, informative in any way, shape or form, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.